Jayson, it seemed like they were. I mean, everybody's talking about how physical they were in the first half. It seemed like you were frustrated. You were taking some shots that maybe you don't normally take, some long twos. What was it that they did, and how were you feeling like you reacted to it in the first half? What changed?
Yeah, I think they just did a good job of being more physical, and obviously they were, blitzing all of the ball screens. I came off, and we weren't, or I could speak for myself, a little rushed in the first half, and I think in the second half just accepted it and played with more patience and made the right read more often than not.
Is that something that you kind of have to get more used to? It's almost like relearning. It seemed like last year maybe you would have handled that a little bit better, maybe a little bit sooner, but because it's a new year, you're just gonna have to get used to that stuff all over again.
No, not relearning. I understand every defense. We just didn't have our best first half, and we picked up in the second half, but we just gotta be better.
Jayson, it seems like you want to put the drama around the Olympics behind you. Coach Kerr said as such at the beginning of the game. The fans seem to lean into the drama. How much, if at all, was that on your mind, and how much do you think it impacted your game?
It wasn't on my mind. Just another Wednesday, another game, another opportunity to come in and try to be the best player I can be, and another day to just try to get a win.
What did you see in the late game execution, and what are some things that you guys know you need to work on going forward?
Just some of those 50-50 balls in critical moments. Me not inching out on the three for Buddy Hield. The air ball that they got, the rebound and tip in, I blocked Steph's shot. They got the loose ball and made the layup. Just in those moments, we know we got to be better, and we have in the past. We just didn't make enough plays on that end at the end of the game.
Joe mentioned some of those offensive rebounds at the end being 50-50 balls, and like you said, you just mentioned you blocked a shot, drops right to Kevon Looney. When it's sort of, I don't want to say fluky, but when the ball sort of bounces the wrong way, is it easier or harder to grapple with the fact that kind of impacted the outcome of the game?
Some of those were controllable, and that's, I guess, tough, but it's part of learning from it and being better in that next game.
Jayson, you mentioned before that after the Olympics, people were in your ear telling you how you should react, what you should do, what you should say. What have you been telling yourself? What's been going on in your mind in terms of just kind of everyone pointing to this game and you downplaying it? I mean, truly feel that way? Did you hype yourself up? How have you taken yourself through this process?
That's part of this job. That's what I've been dealing with my entire career. People want me to be, louder. People want me to be meaner or whatever. One thing about Jayson is I'm always gonna do what the fuck I want to do and approach things how I want to approach it and what I feel is sincere to who I am as a person. And not that it comes from a bad place. Some people, sometimes it comes from a good place, and but people react differently, or it's easy to say if they were in my shoes, what they would do. So I appreciate when it comes from a good place, but like I said, I'm always going to react, respond, approach things the way I want to.
And how long have you? You probably weren't that way at 19. Now being 26, did you build that kind of, defense to know and be strong in your convictions like that?
Excuse my language, but you just learn to not give a fuck. I'm very, I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm comfortable with the things I've accomplished. I know who I am, and I'm comfortable with making my own decisions the way I want to make them and doing things the way I want to. Maybe when you're younger, you're very consumed or concerned with pleasing people that you don't know or things like that. And, if I do things the way I want to do it, and I can live with the result or in every situation. And that's where I'm at in my life.
Jayson, I'm going to preface this. I'm not trying to twist your words when you say this. When you say this is just another Wednesday, you're trying to get a win. I know you want to win and all of that stuff. In their locker room, they're calling this a statement win. They're coming out with maybe a different kind of energy. Do you sense that energy on the floor? Do you again, I'm not trying to say that you're not trying to bring energy or anything like that, but do you sense that they're giving you their absolute best shot? They're treating this kind of like a playoff game. You guys have to maybe try to match that every night.
I mean, it was a good game between two really good teams. They're better than they were last year. They're having a better start. I would say to their standard, they didn't have a great season last year, and I'm certain that they wanted to come out this year and have a better start and have a better year, and they're off to a great start. I always say, Brad Stevens used to say, every game counts as one, right? You want to win every game you play. We're no different. If we would have won tonight, we still got to play on Friday. We lost tonight, we still got to play on Friday. And that's, the beauty of the NBA. We play 82 games, so you can't get too high or too low in the moment because there's always another game coming up.